Welcome back to The Watch. Today, part 2 of our story on Measure CA. Some of the audience will remember the 1990 film Postcards from the Edge, starring Meryl Streep and Shirley MacLaine, which tells the coming-of-age story of a failing actress struggling with substance abuse who is forced to move back in with her retired actress mother. The film was nominated for a record-breaking 12 Oscars and remains a cult classic. This two-part series about Measure CA tells the story from the perspective of the mayor's rise to power in Compton politics. It draws a metaphor between her experiences and the process we take to come of age in any environment. Whether growing up in the shadow of a legendary parent or consistently coming up short in the pursuit of the political spotlight, here is the second part of this story. The year is 2015, and the 4th District Council race is heated with 5 contenders vying for the incumbent Willie O. Jones seat. Emma Sharif, a school board member at the time, was one of the contenders aiming to replace Councilman Jones. Early on in the race, it was clear the frontrunners were Sharif and a political newcomer, Brian Parker. Brian worked in the city's recreation department and established himself as a fresh face with new ideas for the 4th District. It was a close primary. In the end, he fell short of making the runoff by 10 votes. Sources say residents encouraged him to request a recount, but he declined. After winning the primary, Sharif faced Councilman Jones in the runoff and won, 507 votes to his 404 votes. Less than 1% of the population jettisoned her to the city council. Though she had won, Sharif was not greeted to the council with open arms. She complained frequently that things happened without her knowledge, input, and in some cases, without her consent. Sources inside City Hall say Sharif vocalized her discontent with being left out of important discussions on city programs and projects throughout her first term. But her complaints fell on deaf ears. Even though it was not that long ago, many 4th District residents do not remember the 2019 election. But in true Compton style, the election was won for the record books. Now an incumbent with 4 years of experience under her belt, Sharif faced challengers Justin Blakely and Inez "Tootie" Adkins in the primary nominating election. The challengers gave Sharif a run for her money. Blakely took the lead with 565 votes, while Sharif and Adkins received 390 and 341 votes, respectively. Blakely looked likely to wrestle the seat from Sharif until reports surfaced that he had only moved to the city 4 months prior to the primary election and had never voted in the city. He also came under fire for alleged FPPC violations. Ultimately, Sharif was able to knock out the 4th District challenger in the runoff, but not before he made this compelling statement to an online blog. It is ridiculous that over the past 25 years, we have yet to see any significant improvement to our streets, but our taxes are steadily rising. Our streets and sidewalks need to be cleaned of all trash and litter, streetlights need to be fixed, and our trees need to be trimmed. These are just the basics. Blakely was 23 years old at the time. Sharif's 2019 win was impressive. Surging from behind to beat Blakely in the runoff was definitely an accomplishment, but the win still did not garner Sharif the attention Mayor Brown had received for her historical wins. Some of the Watch audience will remember that Brown was the youngest mayor and just the second female to serve in the position. And in 2019, Michelle Chambers joined the city council as the 1st District councilperson. Michelle was politically connected, articulate on the dais, and supported Mayor Brown's vision, while Sharif was seen as a small-town elected official who had been in Compton politics for 16 years with few results. Frankly, the scene was set for Sharif to fade farther into the background, until Mayor Brown decided not to seek a 3rd term in 2021. Mayor Brown started but did not complete the process to run for mayor in 2021. By starting, however, her name was listed among candidates running for the position of mayor. Many believe she only did this to intimidate challengers and clear the way for her candidate, Christian Reynaga. Several candidates entered the race, but none of them would have the endorsement of the popular young mayor. Prior to the close of the nominating period, Brown confirmed she was not running for a 3rd term. It was only then that Sharif announced her candidacy. Political insiders say Sharif was asked to run by members of the community who were afraid that with Brown's help, Christian might become the first Latino mayor. And like in surrounding communities, that change could trigger a cultural shift in the city's leadership. After all, she had won 2 tough campaigns and had a significant amount of legislative experience. It was assumed she'd have the best chance against the newcomer, who had become extremely popular in a short period. As suspected, the two came out of the primary on top, but with Sharif trailing Reynaga by nearly 900 votes. In fact, Sharif only edged out third-place finisher James Hayes by about 80 votes. Leading up to the 2021 runoff, it was not uncommon to hear residents say, "Emma hasn't done anything, but we want to keep the city black." For years, Compton's black residents have feared the city's government would be taken over by its Latino residents, and that fear served as a useful platform for Sharif's campaign. In the end, Sharif was able to claim the mayor's seat by 218 votes, but political insiders question whether Sharif won or her opponent lost the 2021 race. Many of his supporters voted for the first time and did not realize they needed to vote again in the runoff election. If they had, there is a strong chance he would have made up the 218-vote difference. Also, it is usually the case in municipal elections that mayoral candidates receive the most votes. However, in 2021, the city treasurer race was the show to watch. Nearly 600 more people were interested in that race than the mayoral contest, which made the winner, current city treasurer Mims, another political newcomer, the top vote-getter in the 2021 election. It also put Sharif's win in the background. Like in 2015 and 2019, Sharif had come from behind to win. But sources close to her say it still was not the political high Sharif was seeking. Initially, there were indicators that Sharif's mayoral administration might go well. The Watch has previously reported that she was able to quickly get a new city attorney when Damon Brown resigned. The mayor brought the city Thomas when it was in dire straits and needed a city manager. And she's also delivered financial stability by ensuring the city controller puts the city's financial house back in order. But City Hall insiders say that perspective is not entirely connected to reality. In truth, the mayor has launched an entire campaign and ballot measure to oust a city attorney she asked to come to the city. Mismanaged the recruitment of a city manager, which cost the city thousands of dollars and resulted in many delayed projects. And Sharif allows financial incompetence and unprofessionalism to persist because the city controller doubles as her travel agent. The mayor's disconnect does not stop there. A quick look at her website suggests she's forgotten her own political record. It says she enhanced the city's scholarship programs when she was a councilperson. What scholarship programs are those? It goes on to say she coordinated the redevelopment of South Park, oversaw the Artesia Bridge restoration, and is involved in something called a digital equity initiative. And impressively, she single-handedly ensured the city met state audit findings while also spearheading a $19.5 million infrastructure improvement program that she says touches every corner of the city. Has your corner been touched? Perhaps the biggest telltale sign that the mayor is desperately signaling for help from the edge is how she's attempting to clean up the mess made with Measure CA. We reported previously on the mayor's behavior during the April 30th special council meeting. But when you watch the video this time, take into consideration the entirety of the mayor's experience as we've presented it. Mayor Sharif has the most legislative experience of any council member, far more than Asia Brown had when she launched her bid for Congress. But sources say when Sharif was seeking endorsements to run for a statewide position, supporters strongly suggested she stay in Compton. Like before, Sharif would fall short of her predecessor's success. Sources close to the mayor right now say she's enthusiastic about running in 2026. And why shouldn't she be? In 2015, she was able to beat out Brian Parker, who is largely regarded as the better candidate. In 2019, she capitalized on rumors regarding Blakely's residency. Otherwise, he would have no doubt trounced her in the runoff election. Finally, in 2021, she benefited from the community's historical bias against Latino candidates to beat Christian Reynaga and capture the mayor's seat. Now, it is likely she'll draw Councilman Spicer or Bowers in the 2026 runoff. What do you think will happen then? As we wind down this story, there are two important questions we would like you to consider. What would the city be like now if Brian Parker, Justin Blakely, or Christian Reynaga had won? And what will the city be like after the 2026 election? And now we leave you with excerpts of Mayor Sharif's crash out from the April 30th special meeting.
I have been asking over and over again, where is our legal counsel, this body? And I have not seen anybody, not one person, come here and stand. Merle, you are the deputy city attorney. You are the chief deputy city attorney. Therefore, if the city attorney himself is not here, will you be the next one in charge?
Mayor?
My question is this. I'm just being honest. You put it out here, and so I'm telling you. I was honest with you when I talked to you. I never said that I would not follow your directions or anything. That's why we're sitting here today, is because of you telling me this. So I followed your directions. What you told me is that we need to rescind this resolution. I put it on the agenda, and I had a meeting for us to come here and discuss this and to address this whole issue. But my question is that if you are the deputy city attorney, you are the one that's in charge. If the city attorney is dead, you the one step in his place. If the city attorney is in the hospital, you the one step in his place. But it has nothing. You people telling me, oh well, because of how? If you were the number 2 person, how is that? I do not understand that, and you have to make me understand it because I don't understand it.
Okay, Mayor, I have no problem with
it. No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. And also, too, quiet, please. When you stand in here, we listen. So when we went and hired this firm to come in here to be our special counsel, that's what we did. So that's why I'm saying I'm confused as to what is going on here. Okay. And in every city council meeting, I'm sitting there and I'm saying, well, where is our legal counsel that's supposed to be here with us? Who is here for this council? If there's a question that we have, who's here to answer? And so when I look up, the only person I saw was this gentleman right here, Isaac. That's what I saw sitting here. So that left me to believe, well, this is who I have to go to, because this is what happened. And I'm not trying to put anybody down. People came here today, accused me of not working with the city manager. Mr. City Manager, have I ever not worked with you? No. Not one time since the day he walked into this city. Not one time. I may disagree with him. You're right. I have a right to disagree. And I have a right to express my opinion. And I'm going to do that. And it doesn't mean that I'm not working with him because I do that. And like I told him the other day, I may get mad at him, he may get mad at me, but what I expect us to do, he go in his office, I go in mine, we eventually come back, make up, and we go to work. Because to me, that's all that matters to me, is working for the city of Compton and trying to address the issues here in this community. That's it. That's the only thing that I've done since I've been here.
Effectively, I have advised you, we spoke Thursday and Friday. And like
No.
I said, Mayor, let me finish, please. You did this to me on Thursday and
No,
Friday.
you did this, you talked to me.
Mayor, let me respond, please. Respond.
I am going to respond to you right now because you called me on Thursday. That meeting on Tuesday took place on the Tuesday.
Mayor, I'm asking you to respectfully let me respond.
Excuse me.
Okay.
I'm going to say this. That meeting took place on Tuesday. I did not hear from you and anybody until Thursday about what had happened. You called me on Thursday. I called you on Saturday. I made a call to you on Saturday. You called me back. Y'all didn't get a call back from you until Monday, and you told me then that you did not know that I'd called, that you did not look at your phone. Now, that's what you told me.
Now, Mayor, may I respond?
And
I was there Tuesday.
Now, I'm not going to disrespect you, okay? But if you push me, I will say something, and I will let you know, because just like I said to you before, is that when you were looking at when we were sitting up here, this council, you guys went against this council. You did.
I'm sorry, repeat yourself, what did you say?
You went against this council. And wait a minute. Wait a minute. And I'm not talking about this here.
I'm going against the council now.
I'm not talking
I'm
about
telling the council's wrong for
I'm not,
saying.
no, that's not what I'm saying. You did, when I listen to you, you listen to me. You coming at me like, oh, you're the only one. No, we're the council. This is not one person, this is a council. This is a council. So when we were sitting here and this council was going through our legal challenges, Merle, where were you?
Again, we talked about that on Thursday. Now, if you want to divulge everything we talked about, I have no problem with doing that. But I explained to you what that was about as well. So you're getting, exactly, you're getting personal with stuff.
I'm not
And no, let's
It's
be
fine.
honest, we had a
I
conversation.
tell you what,
and
we're
you-
gonna take a
you-
break.
you
We're
said
gonna, we're gonna take a recess and we'll come back.
Sure.
Wait.